The time of possession, the yardage, the whole works.
Everything just favors Denver. Jake Plummer already 205 yards passing, but Denver has just possessed the football. And then, of course, when the Raiders had a chance, they just didn't get it done.
Tale of two quarterbacks, isn't it?
Well, it really has been. And, Jake Plummer started off so efficient, spreading the football all around. Rod Smith on a crossing pattern. He then gets actually Lally involved, working the sideline. And he's just letting everybody have a little piece of the pie. Again, back on the slant to Smith. And it's just... Now, Kerry Collins threw the ball better than the numbers indicate. He had a lot of drop passes and then a very critical mistake at the end of the first half. Had a chance to get the Raiders on the board, and he threw that interception to Nick Ferguson. It could have been at least a 16-3 or maybe even a 16-7 halftime score.
And who knows, had they scored a touchdown there, what it would have done to their emotions and style of play in the second half. But it's 16-0 as they get first possession. Chris Carr on the kickoff return. Got a little room on the outside, but it's cut off by Todd DeVoe, the wide receiver, and then a fumble. Oh my, if the Broncos come up with this, how devastating for the Raiders' slimmest hopes as they may be at this point. No official word. And players are coached to point in your favor. Let's see if they're right. The Broncos. Yes, sir. Tom White says Denver gets it right off the bat.
Poor Joe Avazano, the special teams coach of the Raiders. All right, let's take a look at it here. Whoa, the ball way out. Not even close to being down. And again, a mad scramble for it. You can see right there at the very end, Fauci has it between his knees. Fauci, the fullback, number 49, he doesn't even know the ball is out. He's faced the other direction, but he feels it between his knees. See him kind of react back, put his head down there to try to figure out how can I get it, but there were just too many Broncos.
Credit Todd DeVoe for stripping the ball, and Cecil Sapp recovering at the 27-yard line of the Oakland Raiders. Well, the pride of this Raider team, committed to excellence should they lose today, and there's an offside by Big Ted Washington unless thrown offside. If the Raiders lose, it will mean they will not win one game in the AFC West. They'd go 0-6. That has not happened since Al Davis took over in 1963. So it would be a new low for this Raider franchise.
Encroachment. Number 92, defense, 5-yard penalty, remain.
Harmon?
First down.
Well, that is exactly what Norv Turner said he didn't want to see. He said we have to start this second half with some sort of drive to get some momentum. That fumble just killed it. As for Mike Shanahan, I did ask him, I said, if you get up real big, would we see Brad Van Pelt, your second quarterback? He said yes, but he said it has to be really big. There's just too much at stake for this game with home field advantage. Dick, back to you.
All right, Armin. Of course, that bye the first week and home field for the second week. If they should win today, with Cincinnati having lost to Buffalo. Tatum Bell slices to the 17-yard line, close to a first down.
Dick, we're talking about the Raiders. 2002 doesn't seem like that long ago, does it?
It sure does.
The Raiders were in the Super Bowl after the 2002 season, and since then, they are 13-33. How do you fall off the edge of a cliff that severely from being a Super Bowl participant, the AFC champions, and now on the verge of going 13-34 since the biggest of games?
Well, east side of the Bay, pretty tough to digest those numbers. Bell vaulting his way to the 15 on first down, gains a couple. Bobby Hamilton with a tackle. And when we talked with Norv Turner yesterday, he said one of the things that I have to compliment my team on and my coaches is that physically, we won't turn it down. In other words, that's the first sign when you see players missing tackles or not blocking well that he feels confident that his team has played hard, although in defeat.
He said as a coach, you look for it. You look for the wandering eyes in practice. You look for that loss of focus. And he felt pretty confident that his guys would respond to the challenge and at least compete hard.
Plummer looking for some frosting. Incomplete. Intended in the far corner for Ashley Lally with Fabian Washington on the coverage. We haven't said much about Fabian Washington today, but Turner paid him the ultimate compliment. He said he's the best rookie corner that I've seen since I coached Champ Bailey at Washington.
Well, he got thrown into the fray when Charles Woodson broke his leg, and he's starting at Woodson's spot there over at left corner. Now keep in mind that Fabian Washington has a lot of things, but he's got one thing in excess: speed. He ran a 4.29 at the combine. That's the fastest of any rookie in the NFL.
3rd and 8, and Plummer had to throw quickly as he was under heat. Rod Smith was the intended target, and I believe it was Kirk Morrison, that rookie from San Diego State, who shot through untouched.
And he shot through right up the middle, right into Jake's face. You can see Carr comes on the blitz, just too many guys. More guys coming than the Broncos have blockers, and Jake is the guy that pays for it. And I tell you, Kirk Morrison better watch out, because it looked like he got a hand on the helmet of Jake Plummer. He could have gotten called for a shot to the head.
33 yards, the field goal attempt by Elam, and he's 2 for 2 today. And 23 of 29 on the season.
Going to Phoenix.
There's an exciting new sound in travel. Download Ding at Southwest.com to get special offers as low as $34. Ding always has low fares, but these are only available if you download and purchase by tomorrow.
Don't tell me we don't have time to do a fancy lunch. Because now there's McDonald's all-new premium chicken sandwiches. Juicy chicken breast in my kind of flavors, like the Ranch BLT and the Club. Yep, they're totally 5-star all the way.
In the anchor chair, Bob Schieffer's Unnatural. See why more people are watching the CBS Evening News, the fastest growing network evening newscast.
This telecast is copyrighted by the NFL for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this telecast or of any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the NFL's consent is prohibited.
Back in Bronco land, a reminder tomorrow in 60 Minutes. Remember the tsunami just a year ago on Christmas? And in that culture that has no concept of time, how did one group of people actually know ahead of time that it was coming? Plus Tina Turner, 60 Minutes tomorrow. Usual time, 7 o'clock Eastern and Pacific time. Sauerbrann's kickoff, and he roots this one into the end zone, and Chris Carr will take a knee. First down at the 20 for Oakland.
Hey, this is John Lynch of the Denver Broncos, wishing everyone a Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Is that your new Sprint phone?
Uh-huh. With Sprint's new fair and flexible plans, no one can tell me what to do. I can talk when and how I want. It's my little way of sticking it to the man.
But you are the man.
I know.
So you're sticking it to yourself.
Maybe.
Sprint's new fair and flexible plans. With no huge overages or roaming charges, you control your plan. It doesn't control you. Plans start at just $29.99 a month. Sprint. Yes, you can.
Call office.
Office.
Call Erica. Call Wayne.
Fort Wayne.
Fort Worth. 75 degrees.
72 degrees.
83.
88.6 FM.
Volume up.
Up.
Up. Up.
Volume down.
Chinese.
Seafood.
Mexican.
Italian. Display map.
Zoom in.
Zoom out. Out. Out.
Of all its abilities,
call home.
Listening may be its most impressive. The voice-activated Acura TL.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 40. Miller, there's good enough and there's better than it has to be. Miller, good call. And by the voice-activated Acura TL, a higher form of performance.
Leading 19-0, these Denver fans ready to root an unbeaten home season. It would be the 5th time in history, and the last 2 times they did it, they won the Super Bowl. Zach Crockett at the 20-yard line as the tailback, fake to him. And the throw to Porter, and another one goes through the fingertips. Indianapolis and Seattle, 2 outstanding teams. Here's an update.
With an outstanding football player by the name of Sean Alexander. Matt Hasselbeck, 6 yards to Alexander, his 26th touchdown of the season. That's one shy of Priest Holmes' NFL mark. 21-6 Seahawks, 3rd quarter, guys.
Yeah, thank you, Greg. And in that game, Peyton Manning started but played only a couple of series. Jim Sorgi is the quarterback for the Colts, who have rested a lot of their starters for this game. Marvin Harrison didn't make the trip, in fact. Crockett pulls his way to the 23. It'll be 3rd and long.
Let's go back to the first down play, the pass to Jerry Porter on the sideline. Again, look at this throw from Kerry Collins. Where does it land? Ooh, just a hair long. Initially, I thought that hit Jerry Porter right on the hands. It was just a couple inches too far, right off his fingertips.
Yeah, from way up here, we thought up on the rooftop, it looked as if he should have caught that. A little Christmas segue there. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I heard it. Up on the rooftop.
3rd and 7. Off balance, a throw. Here comes Bailey. Can't intercept it.
No, that's Champ. You had it, but when he hit the ground, it came out.
Al Wilson, meanwhile, was
There's a flag
prematurely. Right. He might have been offside.
There's a flag right at the line of scrimmage. And Kerry Collins acting like he knew that ahead of time, so why not go ahead and just launch it up there?
Al Wilson, who will go to the Pro Bowl for the 4th time.
Offside. Number 93. Defense in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Remains 3rd down.
Well, Tom White calls the number of number 93, Trevor Price. You can see Al Wilson certainly got a head start going in there. I think Tom White had multiple options, and that explains why Kerry Collins threw a football up there that looked more like a punt. But in the NFL, Champ Bailey, even with that tremendous grab, has to hold on to it after he hits the ground.
3rd down, the throw almost intercepted by Nick Ferguson. And Ferguson, with all his years, 6th year in the league, first 5 years, 1 interception, and suddenly the guy they call Trainwreck because of his hard hitting back as a player in NFL Europe has 5 picks.
It's fun to be a defensive back when you're up 19-0 because you start sitting on routes. You just start squatting on patterns, and that's what Nick Ferguson did right there. They suspected Oakland going to throw a short pattern just trying to move the chains. They were all over it.
So on 3rd and 2, the Raiders unable to pick up the 1st down, and Shane Lechler drives it deep to Charlie Adams inside the 15. Did he outkick his coverage? Apparently so, and a fine return by Adams to the 45-yard line.
The Acura MDX. Connect to the modern world or escape from it.
Just let me tell you this story. Now, you run around here thinking you good. Boy, I played in the state championship. I had 35 points, 15 rebounds, 12 assists. You telling them bald-headed lies again, Pops. And 12 blocks. Please. Now, them numbers. That's quadruple double right there, boy. That don't make no sense to me. Don't be jealous, boy. You ain't got it like I got it. I don't know if I can put up with this no more.
Ba 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 ba.
Do 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 do. Give the gift of GameTap, where you can play hundreds of the greatest video games right from your PC, all for just $14.95 a month. Hey! GameTap. Expand your playground. Gift cards available at GameTap.com/gift. Some games rated E to T, not all games rated by the ESRB.
Access NFL.com for live scores and stats. And after the games, AOL members get exclusive NFL.com features only on AOL.
Their culture has no concept of time, so how did they know it was time to flee before the tsunami hit? Plus Tina Turner, 60 Minutes, tomorrow.
Here's why some teams are good. Watch Keith Burns right here. This is a classic block in the back, but he pulls up. He stops. He doesn't touch Ryan Riddle. And what do you get? You get a 32-yard return, what would have been a yellow flag.
Mike Anderson in the flat, breaks another tackle, and then knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5. Jared Cooper with the tackle, and Monday on CBS, looking for the smartest and funniest new show on TV. See why critics everywhere call How I Met Your Mother one of the brightest comedies in years. Full of sharp writing, terrific chemistry, in-your-face laughs. How I Met Your Mother, Monday on CBS, America's #1 network.
Keith Burns is a 12-year veteran, and he really looked like it on that. You can see that's where it's so easy to lose your discipline. You've run all that way. You want to hit somebody, but he pulled up very smartly.
Tatum Bell takes a handoff on 2nd and 5. And he's on his way down the sidelines. Finally brought down at the 15-yard line by Jared Cooper.
What did the Raiders tell us? We can't let Tatum Bell have the edge. We can't let him get outside. So what's he do? He ducks inside the first contain and then beats the edge. Yes, the initial contain was there, but Bell ran it upfield for a yard or two and then broke for the sidelines. Boy, he is a wonderful change of pace back for these Broncos.
10th time with a long run. This one good for 35 yards. First down at the 15. Broncos trying to put it away on this drive, leading 19-0, and it's Bell toppled after a couple up the middle. Big Ted Washington, who can handle that middle of the defensive line.
And there's Mike Anderson over on the Denver bench. Bell's in there in his, you can see he's looking like he's a little tender on his left leg. Here at the very end of the play, oh, you can see who he got his left ankle. Yep, his left ankle kind of got caught in there underneath Jared Cooper at a pretty awkward angle.
2nd and 7, Bell replacing Anderson, the lone back. He gets the call. Ripped down in the backfield by Tommy Kelly, the 300-pound defensive end. Moved inside.
That looked to me, Dick, like a good time for an audible. There was a Raider in every gap, and they went ahead and rushed it anyway. And Mike Anderson, in the old athletic jargon, trying to walk it off.
Yeah, that was what trainers didn't even bring out the bandages in the old days. Just walk it off.
Walk it off. Hey, look at him. He's trying to get up on his toes, trying to see what that feels like to put all his weight on that ankle.
3rd down and 11. Closer to 11 than 10. Plummer looks to the end zone, throws deep. Broken up. Asamoah denied Todd DeVoe a touchdown. Asamoah, who has played 3 years for the Raiders, a talented corner, and yet hasn't a single interception.
And looks like Jason Elam is going to get in on the action again. You know, nice thing about being up 19-0, And being the Broncos and where they are, they don't have to rush Mike Anderson back into this ball game. They can take their time to find out.
Elam looking for the hat trick. His third field goal attempt from 34 yards. And it is pure. 22-0. The Broncos on their way to the number 2 seed.
It's not just another truck. It's the Honda Ridgeline. With 4-wheel drive, a rugged integrated closed box frame, and a lockable in-bed trunk. Introducing the all-new Ridgeline. Above all, it's a Honda.
The itching and burning of athlete's foot. Lotrimin Ultra gets rid of it with the latest prescription strength ingredient that penetrates to kill the fungus right where it starts. So powerful, 1 use a day is all you need. Lotrimin Ultra, the killer cure.
Is this a help desk?
Yes.
We need some help.
With what?
It's our prototype?
Forget prototypes.
How do we test our new design?
Virtual simulations, on-demand supercomputing.
We're a small company. That sounds expensive.
It's not. That's expensive.
Yeah, that is expensive. Hey, can we get a ride somewhere?
There's something you should know about colds. Claritin D is so effective, it even relieves nasal congestion due to colds. Non-drowsy, long-lasting, Claritin D. Now your cold congestion can be Claritin Clear.
CSI Miami starts the new year with a bang. Don't miss a new episode Monday, January 9th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by IBM. Become an on-demand business. IBM can help. And by the Honda Ridgeline with a lockable in-bed trunk.
And welcome back to Ken Burke, Dan Deerdorf, Armin Catan here at Mile High Invesco Field, along with Bob Fishman, our director, and Mark Wolf, our producer. We send you all from CBS Sports our very best wishes for the holiday season. 22-0 Denver. They're having fun here, and here comes Chris Carr with a kick return. Has a crease and drives it out to the 34 where Cecil Sapp makes the tackle. Armin?
Well, the report on Mike Anderson is, Dick, that it's a twisted left ankle. It was just taped, and his return is up in the air, especially with the Broncos up 22-0. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Armin. 9 minutes and 12 seconds left in the third.
And I watched a trainer tape that, and he has the equivalent of a cast on that ankle. There's about 7 layers of tape. You could see how much bigger it was at his other ankle. He can't move that thing at all.
Down 22-0. Kerry Collins looks for something good to happen, and he's able to get it to Zach Crockett, who runs it out to the 40-yard line, and Ian Gold brings him down after a gain of 6.
Boy, Dick, you talked in the first half about getting Ian Gold back in the flock here in Denver, that 1 year in Tampa Bay. And I talked to Mike Shanahan about letting him get away, and he said, well, a lot of people forget that he had an ACL injury back in 2003, and that was a big part of our decision.
Crockett hit in the backfield. He doesn't take many carries for a loss.
Guess
but
what?
Ian Gold was in there. Gold, who played at the University of Michigan.
And look at this. He's crashing it. Look at him get across the face of Robert Gallery. Boy, and that's just speed and instinct. That's what that is right there.
Not big, 6 feet, 220.
Actually quite small for an outside. You know what? Another Michigan. He's Cato June.
Exactly. Built the same way.
He was Cato June before Cato June.
June going to the Pro Bowl. There's the long pass, and wide open is Williams, and he drops the ball. Incomplete. Williams had 2 steps on the defense up the middle and couldn't hang on.
Well, sometimes, when you're not the biggest guy, you got to go into that pit. Here comes Ian Gold up the middle, and he just gets smoked by Adam True. Now downfield, again, another pass from Kerry Collins, right on the hands of a receiver, and this time Williams isn't able to hold it. When this game is over, and I don't want to be a Kerry Collins apologist, but the numbers are going to be a little deceiving as far as the quality of a lot of his throws.
What his receivers have done to him is disheartening, even despicable at times. Charlie Adams lets it go, and another touchback, third of the game by Shane Lechler. That doesn't make him any happier.
A rainy day is my chance to be home. Be a fan. Be a kid. Be lazy. Problem is, there are no rainy days. My life is about never settling. That's why my card is American Express.
Your mouth has never felt anything like this before. Oral-B Sonic Complete, the amazing sonic toothbrush from the experts at Oral-B. Oral-B's Sonic Complete is the only sonic brush that lets you customize brushing to your mouth because it's the only sonic with 3 modes. One to clean, one to go easy on sensitive spots, one to massage gums. It's your mouth. Find out how good it feels to brush it your way with Oral-B Sonic Complete.
Whatever. 2, 3, 4.
That's twisted. Like the bold, refreshing jumble of fruit flavors in Tropicana Twister. In rocking combos like Orange Cranberry Clash.
They call this noise music?
Twist things up.
Just a matter of time till I get to you. Just a matter of time till I get to you.
All right, that's enough. And who picked this outfit anyway? I play a lawyer.
Jenna Elfman stars in Courting Alex, coming CBS Monday, January 23rd.
Tough to score when you don't have the ball. The Broncos using that formula, playing keep away, and Kerry Collins and the Raiders shut out thus far, 22-0. Tatum Bell remains as the running back. And Plummer comes out throwing off play action. Scrambling. And gaining 9 yards before Chris Carr, now playing on defense, can make the tackle.
Well, Kerry Collins, we were talking about the fact that he's been throwing some good balls. He has been hitting a lot of his receivers on the hands. That was a great play by Champ Bailey. Jerry Porter right here, we might have pulled up just a little bit. But again, Kerry Collins' passing numbers, his yardage and everything should be a whole lot better than they are. He has not been getting a lot of help from his friends. Look at that rating, 37.6, below 50% completion percentage. He deserves better than that. Yeah, he did make the big mistake at the end of the first half, but overall it hasn't been that bad.
Unofficially 6 drops by the Raider receivers. Timeout called by the Broncos.
Jake Plummer heading back out to the huddle. I think he wanted a little break, because watch at the end of this play, number 56, Derek Burgess, coming from the right. He's going to land on Jake, and he lands heavy, and Jake's head gets driven right into the turf. Watch this again. And Jake, when he went back to the huddle, I think he needed a few seconds to kind of like reconnoiter.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he was wincing as he came to Shanahan on the sidelines, and here he is tackled from behind, and the sack by Burgess, and that gives him 15 for the year, only 1/2 sack behind the all-time Raider high. Sean Smith had 15.5.
Well, this is not a coverage sack. This is just Derek Burgess getting around the corner on Foster, and that is just a good classic upfield around the edge pass rush, and you can see that's updated, including that sack. And as Dick said, he's just a 1/2 sack behind Sean Jones and what he did back in '86.
Long and Townsend and Smith, the others on that all-time list. Plummer throws over the middle, and it's caught. Rod Smith out to midfield, 47-yard line.
35 years old. Rod Smith going to another Pro Bowl, his third one. There he is at the top of your screen, and look at the release he gets to the inside against Fabian Washington. Washington thought he was going to get physical with Rod Smith. Smith pushed him out of the way. Again, it's inside that 5-yard zone, and again goes for the tough yards and takes the hit. He is the undisputed leader of this offensive football team. Al Wilson would be his counterpart on defense.
Closing in on 800 catches in his career. Free agent. Breaking away is Charlie Adams, and finally dropped. Plummer trying to shield some of the Raiders away. Jared Cooper finally with the tackle. You know, Rod Smith, and it's so true of the many free agents, and every team has one, and some of them become superstars. The fact that they play their entire career as if nobody wanted them. And Smith, even at his age, practices and plays in that manner.
There is sometimes, Dick, no motivator quite like a chip on your shoulder. And Rod Smith, but what talking to him years ago, he talked about John Elway's work ethic, being in the weight room every day. And Rod Smith, he's a 100% participant in every off-season program. He's just a great teammate.
Talk about a leader. 2nd and 17. And a short gain for Tatum Bell, and we go down to Armen Keteyian.
Well, you talk about Rod Smith. You go back to 1994. There were 222 players in that draft and 29 wide receivers that were taken. Rod Smith, not one of them. Undrafted free agent out of Missouri Southern, a Division II school. 12th year, now ranks #1 all-time receptions among undrafted wide receivers. Dick, back to you.
Yeah, he was, as a kid, grew up a Steelers fan. Lynn Swann was his favorite. Went to a small school, Division III, Missouri Southern. Found a way, and inspiration to every young kid watching, and an inspiration to these big men who play. Offside Raiders, that play will go, and it's another catch, this time Lally. And between Smith and Lally, they're having a field day. Lally with 5 catches is over 100 yards. Smith with 5 catches, 9 yards from 100.
Well, this is a completion because the ball's coming in, and it's not exactly where Jake intended it to be.
Number 93, defense was in the neutral zone for snap. Penalties decline.
But the route by Ashley Lally gets him so wide open. All right, now there you see, there's the offsides. Tommy Kelly into the neutral zone. But Lally is so wide open working against Fabian Washington, who falls down, that even though it isn't a good pass, it's a superb catch by Lally going back to the inside to get it. But there was no coverage because the rookie fell.
10+ yards, 16 plays for Denver. Only 3 long plays for the Raiders, 10 yards or more. Inside handoff to Bell. Interesting here that we haven't seen Ron Dayne. He is active.
And he didn't, he's only got 32 carries on the year. And Mike Shanahan, he had the 3-headed monster going for a while, and now he says, I'm just very comfortable with it being Mike Anderson and Tatum Bell. I'm comfortable with just these 2 guys. But look at that average, folks. 5.8 yards per rush.
Hey, he won the game in Dallas. Yeah, that Dallas game, he won it for the Broncos. Incomplete. This time knocked away from Smith by Asamoah.
I don't know if Rod Smith thought he should have caught that. Well, of course, Rod Smith thinks he should have caught everything. I'll get him out of there.
Boy, you could belong in the Boo Bird section.
I just have so much admiration for Rod Smith and players like him, but he's just the consummate professional.
Now listen to this stat. 3rd and 8. Denver's 0-16 this year. 0-17 as Plummer just did get it away as Derek Burgess was on top of him once more.
Instinctively, Jake Plummer jumped in the air just as Derek Burgess was coming into his legs. Talk about pocket awareness. Watch from Jake's right. Here comes Burgess. Whoa, Jake sees him at the last minute and just jumps up and gets his feet off the ground. that little leap might have avoided some serious injury.
Elam's going to try a 52-yard field goal. He's 3 for 3 from 29, 33, and 34. And this one slides off to the right. Never had a chance.
Oh, but the crowd appreciated the effort. They were into it.
His longest this year, 51. That would have been the best of 2005 for Elam, who once kicked a 63-yarder to tie Tom Dempsey's longest ever NFL field goal. It's America's most watched network. Everything from comedies to a reality show. And, of course, more people watch the NFL on CBS than any other network. So it's easy to see why CBS is America's #1 network. Raiders take over at the 41-yard line on the missed field goal. And Collins goes long to the sideline. Incomplete again. Dropped by Jerry Porter. Somebody check his hands.
Well, Dominic Foxworth in there with good coverage. I'll give him credit for that. Let's take a look at it again. Kerry Collins throws a rope to the sideline. Now, it was good coverage by Foxworth, but it's just a dropped pass by Jerry Porter. Foxworth was there. What a perfect throw from Kerry Collins.
He's letting the ball come into his body, not catching with his hands.
No.
So it's you can be betrayed by the statistics, or in Collins' case, betrayed by his receivers today. Good protection. And this time Porter able to dive, and much tougher chance, makes the catch, and 11-yard gain and a first down.
Well, he owed that to his quarterback. He owed that to his teammates. Go down and dig it out.
Porter with 66 catches on the season. As you see, Denver has won 9 straight home games, and just like Kansas City, who now has won 18 in a row in December at home, so have the Broncos in regular season in December and January been tough to beat here at Mile High at Invesco Field. In fact, they win today, they'll be 12-0 in December and January regular season. Well, those of you who have been out doing some last-minute shopping and joining us, here's a little update on the AFC playoff picture. Indianapolis is losing at Seattle, but of course have clinched the #1 seed. Denver with a win, because Cincinnati lost earlier. They would clinch #2 seed, and that would be a bye in home field the second round. Cincinnati loses today, but they still are in the playoffs as the northern champion, and New England, of course, the champions in the East. Jacksonville is in. They are guaranteed a playoff spot. Pittsburgh and Kansas City will duel for the final position. San Diego knocked out by the loss at Kansas City.
Well done, Dick. That was very nice. Well, Denver is going to challenge Jerry Porter going down and catching that ball. Let's play along. Let's see what it looks like.
Shanahan,
he's got it there. He's got it there. Ooh, it looks, you could see his hand came off the ball. Jerry Porter was skidding along with the football underneath him, and it looked to me like his left hand was off the ball.
Enough to overturn. Let's see this angle.
He's got to the ball can touch the ground, but you have to maintain complete control of it. That first one right here, when he's sliding, I want to see where his left hand is when he slides. All right, he's going to hit the ground there. He's got the ball. Now he's going to slide along, but look at his left hand. His left hand is back under his midsection, and it doesn't have anything to do with the football. I think that's an incomplete pass. If I was to guess, I think Tom White's going to overturn that.
While we have a moment and they go through the challenge process, I found it interesting, Dan, as we talked to Mike Shanahan earlier in the week. Said, well, we asked some of the softer questions. Well, how about the Christmas holidays? You and your family, what are you going to do? We said Christmas morning, 5 o'clock. I'll be out at the complex, and we're going to get our game plan ready for the Chargers from 5 in the morning till noon tomorrow, and then we'll have our Christmas.
Well, I think he's saying I'd rather go in at 5 o'clock and work till noon than go in at noon and work the rest of the day. I'll get in and let my family sleep in a little bit, and by the time they're up and at 'em and had a cup of coffee, I'll be back.
But it just underlines the coach's life. I mean, even on the Christmas morning, you're off working.
Again, one more look at it. The ball can touch the ground, but it has to be firmly in your control. You can see right there, I think Jerry Porter's lost control of the ball right there. Clearly his left hand has come off the football. I don't see how Tom White can give him a catch there. But
Tom White, who wins the deliberate award.
Yes, he's taking a long, deliberate look at this. Come on, Tom.
2:24 left in the third quarter. And Tom is going to stroll out to the field and give us the word.
Never on the verge of breaking into a sprint.
After reviewing the play, the receiver in the process of going to the ground. The ball hits the ground, becomes loose. It's an incomplete pass. The ball will be returned to the 42-yard line, third down. Please reset the game clock to 2 minutes and 52 seconds.
Well, Mike Shanahan feeling vindicated there. A good challenge on his part. He was there at ground level and he saw it.
Not in the giving mood, and especially against the Raiders.
No, yeah, the holiday season and giving to the Raiders are, I'm sorry, falling on deaf ears with Mike Shanahan. Bad blood goes way back.
And he delights in the fact that he has dominated this series since becoming the head coach of the Broncos.
He delights in that like he delights in nothing else.
So it's 3rd and 10 for the Raiders at the 42. Collins to the sideline. Tough catch by Doug Gabriel. Defended by Foxworth, who was all over him, and Gabriel steals it.
And Kerry Collins putting on a clinic with the sideline passes. Folks, this is when they say, do you have a strong arm? This is one of the patterns that they wonder. When you talk about a college quarterback, can he throw this ball? Folks, that is a laser from Kerry Collins. Nobody ever questioned Kerry Collins and his arm strength when he came out of Penn State.
Second catch for Gabriel, well earned, and a first down at the Bronco 44. Throws it away, no one over here, but it's well beyond the line of scrimmage, and he was out of the pocket, so no penalty flag. Trevor Price in pursuit of Collins.
Trevor Price has been a constant for this Denver defense ever since he was drafted in the first round back in '97. He's just a football player, and he is big and strong and athletic, and he knows how to get it done.
Son of a Jamaican cricket player, and his sister a national Olympic soccer player as well. What a talented family. Crockett. And since the game started, when Crockett dominated on the ground in their first possession for the Raiders, he's been held in check now with 37 yards, most of those in the first 6 carries of the game.
Well, when you're down 22-0, the running game pretty much evaporates. As you can see there, the second half, 16-0 was the halftime score. The Broncos have added a couple of field goals, but I don't think the Broncos are worried about the Raiders stuffing the ball down their throat running it.
3rd and 8.
Down the middle and wide open is Randy Moss. And Moss with a little shake and bake, but all they can do is go to the sidelines at the 28-yard line. First down.
We've seen the matchup between Dominic Foxworth and Randy Moss before, the rookie against the veteran. I think the rookie falls down this time. Randy makes the sharp cut. He doesn't go to the ground, but he can't get himself back under control. He has to slide for about 2 yards before he's able to get his legs back underneath him.
And Champ Bailey will come into this picture on the sidelines. Looks as if he was injured trying to make the tackle. Here's 24.
Yeah, there's Bailey number 2. Oh, he gets hit. Champ Bailey gets hit by Jerry Porter. I think it's Jerry Porter, number 84, hits Champ right in the ribs. He hits Champ Bailey in a perfectly legal block right in the ribs.
That could be a critical loss if serious, as Bailey is superstar corner. Barely okay.
One more time, look there, Jerry Porter comes back. That is a good, clean, legal block. And boy, you can see right off the bat that really stung Champ Bailey.
Grabbed his abdomen, hopefully not a rib.
Well, the good news is, look how he's swinging his arms. That's one of the things, if you watch a guy walk off and he's in terrible pain, one of his arms is immobile. I think the fact right there that he's kind of walking freely and a little easily, that's a good sign.
Carl Pema, rookie from Washington State, replaces him. With Darren Williams, who's injured, Carl Pema and Dominique Foxworth, 3 rookie corners, all can truly play. First down. Raiders trying to get on the scoreboard.
And this crowd, listen to them, they want a shutout.
Quick throw over the head of Doug Gabriel. Not close this time.
And the one thing about this Denver crowd, they can't get enough of their beloved hometown team roughing up the Raiders. Everyone at this end of the field that the Raiders offense is moving towards, the whole bunch of them are upstanding and yelling and screaming. Hey, this game, I'm sure they feel this game's in the bag. They want a shutout.
And Dan, everywhere you go when the Raiders play, you always see a lot of silver and black jerseys. It's tough to find one in the 76,000 in Denver today.
Denver fans keep their tickets. They keep their seats.
Again, Crockett looking for help on the play call. Down the middle deep and caught inside the 15 by Moss. And another tough catch hit as he received the ball.
And now Al Wilson. Al Wilson looks like he's having a tough time getting up. Let's take a listen to this. Al Wilson still sitting on the field. Listen. Ooh, big hit. Big hit, but something went wrong there. Al Wilson trying to gather himself.
He got caught in a sandwich with a defensive back on the backside, as Moss now with 4 catches, 66 yards. And many have been critical of Randy Moss this year, and in some ways maybe he should have been complimented to go through the season playing injured every week.
Well, he's not been at full speed since the 2nd or 3rd week of the season, which means he's never able to really establish a connection with Kerry Collins during the practice week, which is so important for a receiver and quarterback to have that timing. And look at Randy Moss come over and tell Al Wilson, I hope you're okay.
Meanwhile, Randy Moss, after making the catch and taking that hit, came to the sidelines.
That's a zip code check. Do you know where you are? Do you know who you are? But
and
Randy Moss right back in there.
Yeah.
But Randy Moss passed the test.
He's back in there.
And look at this. Now there's many sighs just went out there in Bronco land as Champ Bailey goes back out to play.
Oh, the Raiders pick up the first down on the tough catch by Moss at the 13. Final seconds, 3rd quarter. Blitz. And the ball knocked away, covered by the Raiders.
I thought I saw Collins' arm going forward.
Barry Sims fell on the ball, but they're going to call it a fumble.
Let's take a look at this all-out Bronco blitz. Oh, that's right. The ball gets knocked away.
John Lynch just took it right out of his hand.
Watch this, coming from the left side of your screen. Yep, John Lynch knocks the ball loose. That is a fumble.
The Raiders recover back at the 30. The end of the 3rd quarter, 22-0 Broncos.
I think my feelings for Robin may be resurfacing.
Ted, you're gonna have to find another gender for yourself because I'm revoking your dude membership.
Celebrate entertainment's best. The Kennedy Center Honors, CBS Tuesday.
to the Mercedes-Benz Winter Event now and see all the exciting new rides we have to offer. There's sure to be something for every wish list.
This holiday season, go get away from it all. Go where the fun lasts all year and the memories last a lifetime. Go to a place where great gear, great deals, and the great outdoors all meet up. A place with great gift ideas for the whole family. Bass Pro Shops. Your adventure starts here. Get great last-minute savings throughout the store, plus 6 months no interest and no payments with your Bass Pro Shops credit card.
At Quest, we understand no two businesses are alike. That's why we let you build a bundle of services that is perfect for you. Get high-speed internet, a business line package, unlimited long distance, and wireless, all for just $135 a month. Compare, bundle, and save. Call 1-800-242-5000. That's our spirit of service.
Transform the way you watch football with Sony, the world's greatest high-definition television.
About to reach Christmas Eve in Denver, Colorado, looking out at the Rockies on a day that reached 60 degrees here at the stadium.
Feels more like Memorial Day.
2nd and 27 after the fumble. Collins to the sideline, and well covered was Randy Moss. No chance.
Yeah, good job there by Denver. They come up like they've done almost every down, show all-out blitz, and then they all drop back into coverage and only blitz 3.
Raiders rushing game shut down again. Lamont Jordan, turf toe, probably out for the rest of the year, and with that the Raiders already with only 4 wins this year and stripped with many starters with injuries, without their top rusher and top receiver Jordan. Playing a team already in the playoffs, Denver, but now the Broncos want that prized number 2 seed. And this one is deflected, incomplete. Flag down in the secondary.
But if they rule a deflected pass, this penalty may not stand.
This is why we're having the conference. Doug Gabriel was the intended receiver.
Illegal contact. Number 40, defense. Prior to the ball being thrown, 5-yard penalty. First down, automatic.
Well, Tom White did a good job of explaining it, that it happened prior to the ball
being thrown.
Looked like it. Did that bounce off the helmet of Trevor? Trevor Price got hold of it. Where's the illegal contact? Right there, well beyond the 5-yard. Well beyond the 5 yards. Jerome Cox gets the flag.
So on 2nd and 27, that's a big penalty because the Raiders pick up the first down. Ball at the 25, and Collins looking for the first Oakland score. Intercepted almost. Oh my, DJ Williams had that one thrown right into his numbers.
Boy, I just mentioned to you during the break there that we haven't heard much from DJ Williams today, but this pass from Collins, oh, it's back behind him a little bit. All his momentum was moving him to the right, and the ball was back behind him. His second-year linebacker, this guy is good. He had some rookie year last year.
Yeah, he led the team in tackles as a rookie. That's tough to do when you have an Al Wilson playing with you. So 2nd and 10, and they're going to run out of time. That'll be a 5-yard penalty.
Collins totally lost track of the play clock. He didn't even see it. Kerry Collins was just, he had no clue that he was running out of time.
Al Wilson returned, so more good news for Denver. Neither Wilson nor Bailey, 2 Pro Bowl electees, have been seriously injured. In fact, 3 of these Denver defenders will go to Honolulu. John Lynch joins Wilson and Bailey.
And offensively, Rod Smith joins them to make a quartet of horses out in Honolulu.
Timeout called by the Raiders.
My name is Thomas Giannini.
I'm Dino Giannini. We're the Concreters, Cement Brothers.
We're Cement Brothers, yeah. We're brothers in cement.
My brother told me about the Quaker Oat Challenge.
I said, let's go try this challenge, and that's what it boiled down to, was eating the oatmeal for 30 days.
It's the best thing I ever did. My cholesterol came down.
I dropped it 6 points. Quaker Oats helps lower your cholesterol.
Bottom line. This is so simple.
Simple.
That I am going to continue eating Quaker Oats for breakfast the rest of my life.
It's good for you. Eat it, all right?
The fans who say nothing can stop the bus didn't see the game in Jacksonville when I got blindsided by my asthma. I thought I was in control. I was wrong. If you have asthma, do me a favor. Take the asthma control test. 5 questions. If you score 19 or less, you may not be controlling your asthma as well as you could be. Please, go to asthmacontrol.com or call and take the asthma control test. Then share the results with your doctor. Asthma doesn't stop the bus, and it doesn't have to stop you.
You've been practicing for this your entire life. The Chrysler Town & Country with Stow & Go seating and storage.
Now until January 3rd, get $1,500 year-end bonus cash, which gets you a Chrysler Town & Country LX for around $22,000.
Tom Farrell knows everything about music.
You ain't got nothing? You got nothing to lose.
Clapton.
Dylan.
But he's got a lot to learn about love.
You're never gonna propose to me, are you?
You said you didn't believe in marriage. Is this a joke?
When you love someone, set them free. Bye, Tom.
Wait, did she just quote Sting in the middle of breaking up with me?
Love Monkey premieres CBS January 17th.
Well, this day of action in the NFL has produced a clearer playoff picture. It's all on NFL.com and NFL on AOL.
Dick, the Raiders are moving in small chunks. This is the 12th play of the drive, and they've moved 28 yards.
Snail's pace as Collins looks deep, then throws short to Crockett. Crockett dumped at the 21-yard line by Jerome Cox, the rookie from Maryland. And when we talked about the rookies in that back four, Darren Williams, Dominique Foxworth, Jerome Cox, and Carl Pema, 4 rookies on this Denver team as defensive backs, and they're all contributing.
I would say that Mike Shanahan had himself a pretty good draft when it comes to analyzing talent.
3rd and 5.
Here it comes.
No play, no play.
Everybody in a blue jersey was after Kerry Collins on that one.
And Randy Moss looked as if he had made a great break and was open in the end zone.
Number 88, offense, 5-yard penalty, remains 3rd down.
Zeron Flemister, who is a blocking tight end. So 3rd and 10.
Well, we'll see what look Larry Coyer, the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, brings this time. He brought 8 on the last one. Probably show that look again. There's 8 on the line of scrimmage right there.
Here they come. Throw to Moss. Incomplete. And that was a prayer. Jerome Cox stayed with Moss, and Collins had to get rid of it. He was going to be inundated.
Well, I guess Denver didn't feel the need to mix it up. It's exactly the blitz they ran before. 8 guys coming. That's 1 more than the Raiders have a chance to block. That time Ian Gold is the man loose, and Kerry Collins. He did identify the single coverage, and he tried to put it up there where Moss maybe could make a play, but it was just overthrown.
43-yard attempt by Janikowski. As you see, he's missed 10, more than any other kicker in the NFL, and timeouts called by the Broncos, who lead it 22-0.
Chrysler Pacifica. Room, safety features, and comfort for 6.
You'll take care of my baby, right?
Or 12, depending on how you look at it.
Now qualified lessees can lease a Chrysler Pacifica touring model for just $259 a month.
Go, Cedric!
designated driver.
I can't hear you. Make the body rock. 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 Make the body rock.
It's the natural law of managing wealth. Protect your wealth while you help it to grow. If you don't do both, you could find yourself out in the cold. We do both at Prudential Financial with a range of retirement solutions designed to help clients grow and protect their wealth. It's how we help millions of people worldwide find the right path toward a secure retirement.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Prudential Financial. Choose Prudential Financial to help you grow and protect your wealth. MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. And by Chrysler. Inspiration comes standard.
'Tis the season to be jolly, and the Broncos and their fans are in the celebrating mood.
Just trying to avoid the shutout. The Raiders hoping for anything.
43-yard attempt, and Janikowski squeezes it in. And the first score of the game is booed by the Denver faithful. 22-3 with 14 minutes plus remaining.
Hey, Teddy, I hate to bother you. Do something about Melon. Peyton, P-E-Y.
Groceries, $41.
That's awesome, man. Charlie!
Oil change, $25.
Good too. Decaf!
Lunch,
Decaf!
$12.
Great shift today, guys. Nice salad bar.
Your favorite players.
Yes.
Priceless.
Yes. Yes!
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
You signed the bread to my little brother. He loves you.
Whatever. 2, 3, 4.
Now that's twisted. Like the bold, refreshing jumble of fruit flavors in Tropicana Twister. In rocking combos like Orange Cranberry Clash.
They call this noise music?
Twist things up.
The scorching hot Chrysler 300.
Now qualified lessees can lease a Chrysler 300 base model for just $299 a month.
On Thursday, January 5th, CBS presents a night of television you cannot miss. Brace yourself for what's behind this door. The first new CSI of the new year. And get ready for the new Without a Trace that will have everybody talking.
There you go.
It all happens CBS Thursday, January 5th.
And welcome back to Denver on this Christmas Eve as the Oakland Raiders, until now, cold in their stocking, but get a 3 to trail 22-3. And 14 minutes, 10 seconds to go. Janikowski, and no onside kick this much time remaining, and Charlie Adams backpedals to the 4. Adams returns to the 30-yard line, where Justin Fargas makes the tackle, the running back. A reminder, Tuesday, January 17th on CBS, Tom Cavanaugh is the star. He's a record executive who knows everything about music but has a lot to learn about love. New series, Love Monkey, coming January 17th. CBS, America's #1 network. It's a new show, must be good. It's on CBS.
I've got to watch it. I've got to find out just what the title means.
Enticing. So from the 29 with a sizable lead, the Broncos handed off inside and stuffed his bell. Mike Anderson, since having that ankle turned early in the third quarter, has not return to the lineup.
And you wonder if Mike Shanahan is just going to go to Tatum Bell exclusively, or if he's going to let Ron Dayne play with all the other kids too, with all the other reindeer.
Wouldn't you think a big runner like Dayne in this situation, just hoping the Broncos would run out the clock, would be the ideal guy?
Well, I tell you, Ron Dayne has his chin strap buckled. You saw a couple loose, but he's got it on and buckled. That means he wants in.
Bell again. Hit at the 34-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 5 when we come back to Denver, but first to New York.
All right, Dick, in Seattle, Shaun Alexander was out of the game, was brought back in for this 1-yard plunge, enabling him to tie Priest Holmes' record, his 27th touchdown of the season. Seattle well on its way to securing home field throughout the AFC playoffs. 28-6, less than 4 minutes to play.
Well, congratulations to Mike Holmgren. They're the 2 number 1 seeds, Indianapolis in the AFC and Seattle in the NFC.
And Mike Holmgren, a guy who the last couple of years has been under a lot of fire.
They wanted him to produce earlier than he did. Well, here's a man that's produced. Plummer slides at the 40. It'll be just enough for the first down. Derek Burgess rounds him, and Plummer gets the first down.
Derek Burgess is living on the edge of hitting the quarterback after a hook slide. Remember, it was Burgess who landed on Plummer before. When a quarterback hooks, he's free, and Burgess comes in and gets I've seen less than that called. I know it's hard to just, stop like that, but you could also sail over the top of him without getting the forearm in on him.
There's no doubt about that, but close enough that no yellow flag. Tatum Bell, this is an exercise in chewing up the clock for the Broncos, who have that 22-3 lead. Tommy Kelly credited with that last tackle, and Bell getting much more work than he had anticipated.
I'm not sure what Ron Dayne has to do to get a sniff here, but he's on the outside looking in. Tatum Bell only 5'11", 213 pounds. He's not exactly a hammer pounding away at somebody.
17 carries for him.
Way over his limit.
71 yards for Bell, who's trying to hit that 1,000-yard mark himself. Pass is incomplete, intended for the fullback Kyle Johnson. Johnson, who doesn't get many chances to carry or catch, but when he does, usually good things happen. Counting that play, he's touched the ball 20 times all year and has 6 touchdowns.
Well, and when you don't get your number called all that often, you really want to maximize your opportunities when you do. And boy, he is really upset with himself for not handling a good pass from Plummer.
Stops the clock with 11:15 remaining. And 3rd down, rolls up, and 6 for the first. Another pass, Plummer a quickie over the middle, and it's complete. Good enough for the first down. Lilly, another catch.
And Ashley Lilly, again, I go back to what Mike Shanahan said. We know the guy can go long. We really want to work on his intermediate stuff because he needs work on it. You can see he lost some skin there on his elbow. He's really got he lost some there on that tackle. Boy, that hurts. But the reality is Ashley Lilly today has worked shorter patterns into traffic and really had a fine game today, doing stuff outside his norm, which is the deep ball.
Ron Dayne is in the game now, a tailback. His first carry, the big man plowing forward, 245 pounds, the former Heisman and Doak Walker winner back in '99 out of the University of Wisconsin. Former New York Giant. And the Giants, by the way, will be playing next weekend at Oakland, and a win against the Raiders for the Giants secures their precious playoff spot, and the NFC East as well, does it not?
Yes, and this running attack of Denver, coming into this game, 4.2 per carry for Anderson, 5.7 for Bell, and 5.8 for Dayne.
Back to Dayne, the great Dayne they called him at Wisconsin, and tackled at the 40 where it'll be 3rd down and 2. There's the NFC playoff picture with Seattle, Chicago, Tampa Bay, and the Giants all clinching, or at least division leaders, and Carolina and Washington the wild card in the best spot, with Dallas and Minnesota in the hunt. But only Seattle clinching the big one in, and apparently with a big lead against the Colts, the #1 seed. So the bye the first week and home field advantage secure. Dane needed 2 for the first down. This is going to be close. Ben's on the mark. And it looks as if he was able to nudge it forward just enough.
Yeah, he separated himself from the pile, and it looked like he got enough for the first down, and he did. That's where those extra pounds. That's where those extra pounds come into play. A little power.
Has to be judged a disappointment when he was with the Giants, being a #1 draft pick, the 11th player selected in 2000. But in his brief appearances here with the Broncos, has shined, especially on Thanksgiving Day against Dallas. Burrows to the 35, where Ted Washington wraps him up. And the clock continues to run toward the 8-minute mark. Mike Shanahan, since being dismissed by Al Davis and the Raiders and finding his head coaching home here in Denver, 11 years, and he's won 2 Super Bowls, and probably of all his victories, and Merry Christmas to all of you and to your mom and dad.
Well, where Mike Shanahan is going to end up is Canton, Ohio.
Dane, good solid hit. Tim Johnson with a tackle, and here's an update in New York. Greg?
All right, Dick, in Seattle, final moments, and Jim Sorgi has registered the touchdown pass. 6 yards to Troy Walters, but under 2 minutes to play. Seattle in control, 28-13.
Well, and the little man, the receiver, not Marvin Harrison. That was Troy Walters.
But I believe that, Dick, that Mike Shanahan, at his age, he's going to keep coaching for a while. He's already got 2 Super Bowl wins in the bank. I think Mike Shanahan is in the process of forging what I think is an automatic Hall of Fame career.
3rd down, and a long throw by Plummer. Incomplete to Charlie Adams. Good coverage. Asamoah running right with the receiver, as well as Chris Carr. 4th down. So with a 22-3 lead, Mike Shanahan goes for the bomb.
And it looks now like they're going to punt it away. But they effectively ground away at the clock.
Todd Sauerbrunn hasn't had to swing that right leg much today, except on kickoffs. This is his first punt.
Man, he's going to get paid for it, too. You know, it's the beautiful part of being a punter. He's going to gets paid the same whether he kicks or not.
No wonder you big guys up front frown when you lofts it high. No one down there for the Raiders, and it's covered by the Broncos at the 5-yard line. Well done.
Well, he deserves to get paid for that.
Carl Pema was there first.
This has got to go.
You shouldn't have to wait to skate. New Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. First skating game with no loading screens. Tony Hawk's American Wasteland. Rated T for teen. Now win the ultimate Jeep Commander. Go to Jeep.com/games and enter the American Wasteland sweepstakes.
Now on DVD, the disturbing story of what happened to Emily Rose must be seen to be believed.
Don't touch me!
The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Buy it now on DVD and PSP.
Want to beat athlete's foot? Let's try a little one-on-one. Lamisil AT versus Lotrimin AF. Use this, you have to use it for 4 weeks. 4 weeks. With Lamisil AT, 1 week and you're done. That's 4 times faster. Lamisil AT, advanced treatment.
Why did I join the Army Reserve? It's not just for the experience. or the training I can use as a soldier and as a civilian. It's for them, for my country. It's all worth fighting for, and the Army Reserve gave me the strength it takes.
Visit GoArmyReserve.com.
Tom Cavanaugh stars in Love Monkey, coming to CBS January 17th.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by The Exorcism of Emily Rose, now on DVD and PSP, and by the United States Army, an army of one.
The big night, all the kids excited. Christmas morning, see what Santa brought for them.
He'll be up there tonight.
Yeah, these Raiders already picking him up, I understand, way up by the North Pole. From the 6-yard line, Kerry Collins and the Raiders. And it's Crockett breaking tackles out to the 11-yard line. This is the season to be merry, isn't it? Well, that means you've got to get engaged first. And congratulations to Carrie Brooks. She's one of our star camera persons. And is she happy? And Brent Robinson is a lucky man. Carrie Brooks, who has worked all the holidays and all the sports, and one of the very best. There they are. Carrie, the daughter of Rich Brooks, a long-time successful coach in the pros and collegiate ranks at the University of Kentucky currently.
Now, that wasn't him with the antlers on.
Sometimes coaches disguise themselves.
No, not Rich. Her fiance.
Oh, there you go.
No, football is in Carrie's blood. She was born to it.
Yeah, Brent better like to watch football and be involved, because, or all sports for that matter. I've seen her take some pretty good hits on the basketball floor as well when a guy's running up the sidelines, and she has that sideline camera and she knocks him aside. Back to Crockett. The Broncos playing run, understandably, and the Raiders try to cross him up another 5 yards as Al Wilson slow getting up.
Al is, I think maybe Al ought to head over to the sideline for a minute. Al's nicked and he's trying to play through it. Think he's tough?
Wilson claims to be 240, and that's the weight of Zach Crockett. So that's a couple of Mountain Rams button heads. Hit in the backfield this time by Wilson, who says, "I'll get you back," and stops Crockett for no gain on 2nd and 5.
It is so apparent that Al's playing nicked. He's playing banged up.
Not coming out, though.
You think football's in his blood? What do you think?
I think so. Captain of the national championship Tennessee team in '98. Justin Fargas now replaces Crockett on 3rd and 5. And the throw to Moss, good move, and it's enough to get him across the 35 and a first down.
Oh, Champ Bailey's so upset. He just lost his footing. He squared up mano-a-mano on Randy Moss out there, and Champ thought he was going to be able to make the tackle, but he lost his footing.
Moss with 5 catches today and 72 yards. That gives him 53 catches on the season. It's his 2nd worst total. But you got to consider the man played with a hip, rib, and hernia injuries, groin injury. Fargas, rare carry, and he didn't want to quit, does he? Good effort out across the 40-yard line.
Well, we've got a flag down across the field right at the line of scrimmage.
Marco Coleman may have jumped offside.
Offside, number 95. Defense, 5-yard penalty. Remains first down.
Somewhat curious here, although 22-3 is the score, that the Raiders not showing any indication to try to get down the field in a hurry. They're running the ball as if they had the 22-3 lead.
I think that's a concession by the Raiders that their passing game isn't good enough to get them back into this game.
Collins now to throw. Underneath, wide open is Williams, the tight end. And he's knocked out of bounds at the 45 in Denver territory by Sam Brandon. First down. We mentioned that the Raiders host the Giants in the final game of the season next weekend. And for the Denver Broncos, they go to San Diego. That looked to be a very big game, a Saturday game, in fact. But the Chargers and their fans bemoaning the loss at Kansas City. They're out of the playoff picture. Meanwhile, Denver hoping that as they secure this win, they'll be able to really celebrate this holiday weekend, knowing they've clinched the second seed. That's Fargas out of the backfield, and he doesn't get out of bounds. Down to the 36-yard line where Gerard Warren gets it.
And I'm glad to see that they're going to the air. I mean, not just don't just capitulate and do nothing but hand off the ball. You know, you ran the ball successfully. It has set up a little bit of a play action game, and don't go down with there's the old saying, don't go down with any gas left in the tank. Use it all here. Try to score. Isn't that the idea of playing the game?
Second down and 1. Here's Fargas through a big hole, and a first down at the 25. John Lynch makes the stop. First down, and the clock now under 3 minutes to go.
An interesting offseason coming up for the Bay Area team. The Raiders a disappointing year. The 49ers. That used to be one of the prime spots in the NFL, and hard times lately.
And first down on a blitz. The long throw toward the end zone is incomplete. Randy Moss, the intended receiver, covered by Champ Bailey. Well, the reward of a successful season, and that has been enjoyed by these Denver Broncos and Mike Shanahan. And we always talk about that home field advantage in the playoff, and yes, that is important. And the Broncos will enjoy playing here in their home field for the first time, their new home field. But more importantly, and Tony Dungy was preaching this all season long, the true prize, the big present under the tree is that bye the first weekend.
It really is. It means so much. And now, especially if Denver wins this game, they'll actually have the bye, plus they'll have next week to decide who to play.
Throw out of the backfield is incomplete, or is that ruled a fumble? No, incomplete. Randall Williams unable to hold on as Sam Brandon was there defensively.
I like the rules in the National Football League now about what is a completed pass, because it used to be we were always splitting hairs. Oh, did he have it long enough to have possession? Now it is so clear cut. You must catch the ball, and then you must demonstrate a football move. You got to take a couple steps with it. You got to land on the ground and keep it. To me, it's now pretty black and white as to what is a reception and what is not. And I like that.
I do too. Yep. Well, they're constantly trying to improve, and here's a timeout called by Kerry Collins on 3rd and 10. One timeout left for the Raiders. And to repeat, next weekend on CBS, Saturday and Sunday action. I hope you'll join us. Final game of the regular season, and on Saturday at 4:30 Eastern, 1:30 on the West Coast, the Chargers host these Denver Broncos. And Sunday, full set of action, and of course everything begins at 3:30 Eastern on Saturday with Greg Gumbel and his team. Throw it to Greg. Yeah, they finally, those guys, they like, we got to get more footballs in the studio.
They have fun. They have. If only Shannon would
speak out.
Only become a little more pointed in what he has to say. He's reticent. He's kind of like a wallflower on that show.
I don't think that he's going to be invited to the Brett Favre postseason celebration.
No, nor the Kyle Bowler Christmas party, or.
But we still love you, Shannon.
He's fun. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up.
Well, 3rd down and 10. And Collins to the sideline and overshoots Randy Moss, and Moss just kicks the yard marker in disgust.
Well, it's twice Randy's worked that sideline on Champ Bailey, once down in the end zone, and neither time does he have an opportunity to try to make a play on the ball. All you want as a player is a chance to at least let me make a play, but that ball way over his head, and you see him puts a pretty good soccer kick on the 10-yard line marker. But again, it's just I've been there, and I have done that. Losing hurts.
4th and 10. Obviously, the Raiders going for it. Under a full blitz. Collins has no receivers open. This has to throw it down the middle. Well covered was Doug Gabriel as Dominique Foxworth denies, and the Broncos take over on downs with 2:04 left. And they can truly celebrate now. They know they have what the fans came to cheer, and that's the 2nd seed. Indianapolis and Denver will have the first round bye. Bradley Van Pelt, who has not thrown the ball all season. He's the backup to Jake Plummer. Played his college ball at Colorado State. Will clean it up for the Broncos. Played his freshman ball at Michigan State, where his dad was an All-America linebacker. And, of course, Brad Van Pelt, a star with the New York Giants for so many years. And his job is to hand off to Ron Dean, and that'll take us to our 2-minute timeout. 22-3 Denver. Will you marry me? And Carrie Brooks, I think her answer is, oh my, yes!
The Digital Rebel XT. An 8-megapixel, easy-to-use SLR. Virtually no delay when you snap the picture, and with the ability to shoot at 3 frames per second. You never miss the opportunity to catch the impossible. The next generation Digital Rebel XT. Official camera of the NFL and future NFL players everywhere.
After year and still refreshing football fans everywhere. Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light, official beer sponsor of the Super Bowl.
Have you ever been in therapy before?
Does massage therapy count?
Take a trip into the mind of Charlie Harper. In the first new episode of 2006.
I'm still not clear on what it is you would like me to help you with. Your anger issues or sexual issues? Drinking?
No, that's all cool.
2.5 Men, Monday, January 9th.
And welcome back to Denver, Colorado, where the Denver Broncos have beaten the Oakland Raiders. It's a matter of running it out for Bradley Van Pelt. 2 minutes to go. Raiders have one timeout, whether they'll use it or not. 2nd down and 7. And Dane, the obvious call, and the Raiders there in tandem to bring him down. Jake Plummer, another solid, efficient day for this quarterback. One of the, when you look at him compared to some of the guys like Collins, and big men that play that position in this day. I mean, Peyton Manning, a lot of people don't realize how big Peyton Manning is.
Right, but mobility is what Jake does really well. But it's his decision making that has changed so radically. Like Mike Shanahan said, he's not afraid to take a sack. He's not afraid to throw the ball away. He realizes that's not the end of the world. Jake always felt pressure that he had to be the guy to win the game. He realizes he's got talent around him, Dick. He doesn't have to do that anymore. Did Denver take a timeout?
Van Pelt did, yes. Kerry Collins, meanwhile, another rough day for him. He had an excellent first half of the season, but the last 7 games, his passer rating has been very low. And a lot of that due today to just terrible cooperation from his receivers, who dropped nearly a dozen balls. Norv Turner, it seems more and more apparent that this will be his last year in the silver and black as the head man. Not official, but this coach won't have any trouble finding work elsewhere.
I guarantee you his phone will ring off the hook if he and the Raiders part company. A great football mind, and he has a lot of friends in this league. But the one thing Denver did today, Dick, that I liked was that they're the better team, and they came right off the bat, scored on their first 2 possessions, and asserted their superiority right off the bat.
Now cleaning up on 3rd and 5. Back to Dane. And he stopped a yard short of the first down. So the clock runs at 1:05. Now there'll be a punt and a play, and that'll wrap up, put the ribbon on this game. And we'll all go home. Hopefully there'll be some airplanes waiting for our crew. We'll race to the Denver airport.
Yeah, if you're out there at United Airlines and you got your monitors on, wait for our guys, won't you please?
There's one chance to get home on Christmas Eve. Chris Carr is back. Good kick by Sauerbrunn to the 12. Carr skids around the corner and is stopped shy of the 25-yard line. So with 17 seconds left, we'll see who comes out here. Will it be Collins or Tuiasosopo? And one would figure, Dan, that's Collins, handoff, and that will wrap it up officially. Well, we hope that all of you there watching will enjoy not only a merry but a meaningful Christmas, taking time to appreciate those less fortunate. What was that old saying that felt sorry for myself because I didn't have any shoes till I saw a man who didn't have any feet? There's always someone that we could show a little more care and passion, understanding. There's Justin Fargas, and Fargas picks up about 14 yards out to the 37-yard line, and that will be the final play here at Mile High Invesco Field. Congratulations to Mike Shanahan and the Broncos. They've earned the number 2 seed. Tonight on CBS, a night of drama and mystery, beginning with NCIS, followed by Numbers and 48 Hours Mystery. And we'll send you to New York and Greg Gumbel with the NFL Today after this. You have been watching the NFL on CBS.
What can saving for college teach us about financial decisions?
Honey, can we fly this year?
Nope. College fund.
Hey, guess what? I got a bonus.
This is great.
College fund.
Yeah.
I got the scholarship.
Plan B.
Wherever you are financially, we're right there with you. Talk to a Wachovia advisor today.
And now, it's time for the Wachovia Uncommon Performance of the Day. It was a career day for the Buffalo Bills' Terrence McGee. In the third quarter against the Cincinnati Bengals, McGee returned this kickoff 99 yards for a touchdown. With less than a minute in the game, he intercepted Carson Palmer and ran it back for a 46-yard touchdown to seal the Bills' victory. For more uncommon performances, log on to CBSSportsline.com and vote for the Wachovia Uncommon Performance of the Week.
Between my 2 phone bills, it's probably about $60 a month.
About $150.
Probably $100 a month.
With Vonage, you get unlimited calls to anywhere in the U.S. and Canada, and all the cool features you could ever want are included. And it's just $24.99 a month. Call 1-800-972-4866 and get your first month free. This offer is also available online and at these fine retailers. Vonage, leading the internet phone revolution.
Welcome back to our studios, everyone. We remind you, coming up tonight on CBS, a night of drama and mystery begins with NCIS, followed by Numbers and 48 Hours Mystery. Be with us next Saturday, New Year's Eve, 3:30 Eastern Time for the NFL Today. That precedes our game coming your way from San Diego as the San Diego Chargers play host to the Denver Broncos. Back in our studios, here's a look at the AFC playoff picture as it stands now. Indianapolis, home field throughout the AFC. Denver has clinched the number 2 spot. Cincinnati, New England, Jacksonville, the wild card, Pittsburgh and Kansas City vying for that 6th and final playoff spot. In the NFC, Seattle has secured home field throughout the NFC postseason. Chicago can clinch the number 2 spot with a win tomorrow. Tampa Bay still the leader for the South Division title. The Giants the leader for the title in the East. Carolina and Washington the inside track on the wild cards. Dallas and Minnesota still with a shot. And perhaps the most impressive performance of the day, the Denver Broncos, who went out and did what they had to do.
They did what they had to do, and the other thought is the Seattle Seahawks. They've really shown that they are the class of the NFC. And congratulations to Sean Alexander.
Welcome to Invesco Field. Jerry Porter as John Lynch puts the hit on him. That John Lynch and that Broncos defense almost pitching a shutout today. 22-3 is the final. The Broncos over the Raiders, becoming AFC West champions and gaining a bye in the first round. Speaking of defense, let's go back inside of the Broncos locker room. Vic Lombardi is standing by with more. Vic?
Thank you, Steve. Early Christmas gifts for the Bronco players. They walk into the locker room and find these division champion shirts. Congratulations, Champ Bailey.
I appreciate it.
Earlier in the game, you got hit by Jerry Porter on that crackback and looked like you injured your ribs, but it wasn't that indeed?
Yeah, just a little wind knocked out of me. I mean, it happens. I mean, you get your air back and you come right back in.
How meaningful is it for you guys to go undefeated at home? I mean, you go 8-0 for the first time since 1998. That's the first step to the playoffs for any team.
Well, yeah, you know, it feels good to win in your own backyard, but, you know, obviously we'd like to win the 3 we lost on the road, but, you know, we got home field for one game, so we just got to take care of that and, you know, going from there.
Even though you guys are celebrating here, it seems like there's some unfinished business, a sense of that in this locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to smile tonight, but tomorrow it's right back to work. I tell you what, this is one step, and we got a long way to go. I mean, we got a few more games to play to get where we want to go.
Now, San Diego comes along. That game is virtually meaningless for you guys. Win or lose, you get the number 2 seed in the playoffs. How do you prepare for a game like that? How do you focus? Do you plan to play the entire game?
Well, every game we play, we want to win, so we're going to go out there to win the game. So, I mean, we'll do what we got to do to, you know, to get that win and come back and be ready for the playoffs.
You will play either January 14th or 15th, one of 3 teams, Cincinnati, New England, or Jacksonville. Do you start scoreboard watching yet?
Well, I'll tell you what, I mean, of course I'm going to be watching the last few games to know who we play. I mean, the sooner you know, the better you can prepare for them. But obviously we can't worry about that until after the first week of the playoffs.
Have a very Merry Christmas, man, and congratulations. You pulled the trifecta today.
I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you, too.
Back across the locker room to Gary Miller.
All right, Vic, thank you very much. A fellow who's been through this before is Rod Smith. He knows what it is not only to win AFC West division titles, but also to win Super Bowls. A couple of minutes ago, I spoke with the Broncos' great veteran. Congratulations, AFC West champs. I know it's not the ultimate goal, but at least it was goal number 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's good when you can come together as a group. You know, we had a lot of new guys this year and trying to get back on top of the heap. And the guys that came in just really bought into how we do it. They worked their butt off. And you know, we accomplished the first phase. But, you know, it's honestly, it don't mean a whole lot right now. I mean, not to me. And hopefully, I mean, we can enjoy it, but it doesn't mean a whole lot right now. You know, we got bigger, better goals, you know. And we did give ourselves a chance to go and accomplish those, so that's a good thing.
I think we all saw what happens if a team's not at its best. Cincinnati learned that the hard way today. Buffalo went in and knocked them off.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing about it, man. In this league, you never know what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. You got to come out to play, you know, each and every snap, you know, like it's your last, because you never know what's going to happen. And, you know, they did us a favor. We appreciate that. We really do. And the thing is, we got to go back to work, man. We had some things that today we should have took advantage of and we didn't. So the good thing is we did that in a win, so we can always go and correct the mistakes that we made. And you know, I made a couple that's uncharacteristic of me, but at the same time, I know I got bigger things I got to do for this football team to help us win games.
Right, did you guys know that Cincinnati had lost when you took the field?
Nah, we didn't really care. Well, we're in control of what we do. We don't worry about everybody else. We didn't worry about them. We didn't worry about Kansas City. We go out there and play our game and win the game. We don't have to worry about everybody else.
Nice to have a few weeks off now.
No, not yet. No, season's not over. We got to finish the season off right, and we go to San Diego and try to get another W.
One thing, this team really bought into showing up every week, playing hard every week, and letting the rest of it take care of themselves.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it just so happened that some other teams will help you out a little bit, but the main thing is we helped ourselves. We go out there and play our brand of football. In all three phases, had a turnover on special teams. Guys played great, had some great return yardage. That's what you got to have this time of year because everybody's legs are a little weary, and the main thing for us is to go out there and keep working, keep focusing on the big picture, and I think the guys did a great job of that. Defense played excellent. Offense, we didn't do as well in the red zone as we normally do, but at the same time, we found enough points to win the game, and that's what it matters.
Thank you very much. All right, that's Rod Smith. One thing, you talk to Rod Smith, he doesn't let